Hey, welcome to another 31 Days of Horror from the Toronto After Dark Film Festival. And I got a new t-shirt this year. It's 80s horror. This marks the 8th movie of the year and the 5th movie of the festival.
I don't know. I don't keep track.
And we're going with something a little different, with a High School Musical meets zombie movie. I know you're interested now. Yes, the suspense is killing you. Anna and the Apocalypse, coming soon to theaters near you. Yeah. So like I said, High School Musical meets zombies. Essentially, what it is. It's a bunch of high school kids. Singing and dancing, and then zombies happen, and they're trying to survive. That's essentially the plot, right? you can't really go anywhere else with it. I could go over everybody in the movie, like director John McPhail hasn't done anything. Character, the teenagers, Malcolm plays John, Sarah plays Steph, but these people, they've never done anything before. Ella Hunt, who plays Anna, was in Robot Overlords, if you've ever seen that movie.
Oh, I've totally seen that.
You will on one, because I think I have it downstairs. I don't think I've seen it yet. The only actual person of note in this film that you would probably know, because he's been in hundreds of things, is Paul Kaye, who plays Savage, the headmaster. Is that what they call it? Headmaster? Because this takes place in Britain. And he was in Game of Thrones. Why is it all of these Game of Thrones people I seem to be recognizing as the character Thoros Amir? But, he's been in tons of... I could go through a whole bunch of other things. Yeah. Everybody else, they're teenagers, so you don't expect a huge repertoire from a lot of them. But yeah, it's, maybe 4 movies to their credit, and none of them I've ever heard of. A lot of short films here and there. But yeah, so it was nice to see a film where, everybody is kind of unknown. I'm looking at this and I don't recognize anybody, so I don't have any preconceived notions of what they're like or anything like that. And so, yeah. You said you had stuff that you wanted to say.
First of all, I don't like musicals.
I do.
Yeah, I don't. And I never watched, that Glee stuff and all that. Oh, God, no. No.
But now she wants to, right? No.
No.
It didn't change your mind?
No.
Oh.
And I'm also not a huge fan of zombie stuff, although now I can tolerate it. So
she was looking forward to this one.
No. But I was surprised. And I think the only reason that I was more okay with it than I thought is because it was funny. If it wasn't funny and it was just singing and dancing and killing zombies, I'd just be like, oh, God. But it was funny, so it kept me entertained for most of it. So I was okay with it, and it was all right.
Okay, were you like me, where you found most of the entertainment was front-loaded on the film? Yeah. So, what I say by that is the first half of the film, I found the music, the music is catchy. It's the way I would say the music in the film is you take Rocky Horror Picture Show done by Glee. Right? So you take that whole modern flair and change up the songs a little bit, but you still have that contained songs instead of the, singing dialogue like, I'm going up the stairs now to see my beloved. Will she love me? I don't know. It wasn't like that, right? Like, these were contained songs. Like, you could have them on the radio. Like, that's how contained these songs were. Some of them seemed like the one about technology seemed really, really out of place. It's like, there's a whole song about communicating with people and wanting to communicate with humans, sung by 4 people in the same room because their devices no longer worked.
So technically they want to talk to people not in person.
Not in person. They wanted to be able to communicate via their devices to people outside. Anyways. But yeah, the front section of the film, these songs were more pop oriented, very catchy. I want the soundtrack to this film because I like those songs. I like
Don't
the good.
put it in the car.
Good 4 songs on it, like, were good songs. The songs later on were a little starting to get a little sappy, kind of not as fun, not as catchy, kind of boring. Kind of just wanted it to end by that point. And most of the gags, I'd say like 90% of the gags are at the front half of the film. Mm-hmm. So that's where you're getting into it. You're getting the laughter. There's gags during the songs. There's gags outside of the songs. There's just funny stuff happening.
Because I was just like, oh, this is all right.
Yeah,
I like this.
Yeah, and then you hit like the middle of the film, and it decides to get serious, mm-hmm. and the funny stuff sort of disappears. There's fewer and fewer songs. And it's sort of like the apocalypse portion, sort of like, it's weird because this is where the film's supposed to be climaxing and getting like more ramped up, but it's not. It's actually it's dwindling down. It's getting more boring. It's like they ran out of ideas and we're just like, well, we got to fill this time slot, so let's just do this. And so, yeah, I found the second half of the film to really just be like, okay, all right, maybe this will pick up come the climax, but apparently I was already at the climax and didn't know it. So, yeah, there was a couple of moments later on that were kind of comical and stuff like that, but most of it was literally, it's people dealing with the fact that everybody they know is dying, right? And yes, it's not supposed to be happy, I guess, in real life, but this isn't real life. The whole thing is there's a zombie apocalypse going around and they're making fun of it, and then for some reason they decide to stop making fun of it and play it serious. And I think that tonal shift was the wrong way to go for this film.
No, if you wanted to watch something serious, you wouldn't be going for that movie in the first place.
No, exactly. So I think they should have had more music. And this is another thing. There were main characters who did pretty much all of the singing. I think the father sang, once or twice? Yet he's a main character. The principal had one main song to himself, and that was near the end. He had sort of like a duet-y type thing near the end where he was singing. But outside of that, he only had a small little one portion of a song at the beginning, which was comedic when he shows up and he starts singing. You're like, okay, this is funny. But outside of that, it's all, and maybe that's why there weren't as many, songs. Spoiler alert, people die. So if you kill off people who sing, they can't sing anymore. But they could have had anybody, like, other than being background singers, they could have had anybody else just sort of show up and be a singer, and it would have been funny. Like, you could have had the lunch lady show up, and be like, I'm still alive. I can't believe it. Why is nobody finding me here? I got a sloppy Joe. Like anything, and it would have been funny. But they didn't do that. They just tried to stick to this apocalypse and these zombies, and the fact that people are trying to deal with all this death and survival, and you're like, but the funny, where's the funny? What happened to the funny? What happened to the high energy? What happened to and yeah, that's where the film kind of lost me. Because I was a fan. I was a fan for the first half of the film. I was like, this is, you know what? I was hoping for this, and this is what I got. And then I didn't get it anymore. And yeah, apparently we were both on the same boat. But yeah, admittedly, the penguins were good. There's some penguins. Just trust me. You'll see it when. And a penguin rap. That's one of the best songs, man. I'm telling you.
Oh my God, you're gonna play it in the car.
You laughed.
Yeah, I laughed. Because it was stupid. Doesn't mean I want to listen to it in the car.
Yeah, you do. It sure knock your heart out or whatever. You've never done a penguin rap.
Oh my God.
So, the question then thus becomes, what do you rate it and would you recommend it?
This is the thing. So, sitting there watching it, like I think about these things while I'm watching it. And I was for sure like a 3, like maybe a little more than a 3 for a while. And then I was like, oh, I don't know if I could do a 3 because this is starting to annoy me now. So I don't know, I'm like, because I was even thinking like, do I want to go down to 2.5 because I was...
Wow.
Because I don't like musicals.
Yeah.
And then when they were still singing and stuff, right? And I'm just like, but I'm not having fun anymore. So I'm like stuck in between because I did like a lot of it and then I was like, it fizzled out.
Didn't fizzle. Fizzled hard.
But that's the thing. I don't want to say 2.5 because then that makes it sound like it's a really not good movie. And I can't say that it's a horrible movie because it's not a horrible movie. It just wasn't consistent and it just bothered me. So I guess I could say 3.
Yeah. I'm kind of leaning towards the 3.5.
Holy crap! Well, you like that stuff.
But yeah, because I liked it, and I really like the first half of the film. It's good if you like.
Oh, if you like
the idea of High School Musical done with zombies is at all piquing your interest. The first half of this film, you'll love it.
Even without the zombies, if you were sitting there every week watching Glee, you'd probably
like it. You'd still like it. They got the singing, they got the dancing, and all that kind of stuff. So. Yeah, it's really enjoyable, but it couldn't keep it up. It ran out of steam like way too early. I've known films that have like they didn't know how to end it, and thus they build it up, and then they get to the ending, and the ending, fizzles and kind of sucks. But no, this was like halfway through. There was a good portion of this film that kept going, right? Like it is this adventure of trying to survive this apocalypse. And so, yeah, when it's half the movie that is just kind of dragging, made me kind of wish they were like singing while they were just walking. Because
then it definitely would have been a 2.5.
But it would have been kind of funny if as they're describing like killing a zombie type thing. I think it would have been. Would have at least added something in there, but yeah, I'm gonna have to go probably a 3 on this one because of that.
So rare that we say the same number.
Yeah, it is. I was leaning towards 3.5, but I had to knock it off. It just wasn't. Now, there's one thing. There's a lesbian character in the film.
Yes.
Did you find her voice a little weird? Like, she seemed older in terms of her voice. Like, singing and talking and the way, like just what she was saying and the way she sounded. I found she didn't when I was listening to her, a lot of the time I didn't see a teenager. I was like, why does this character seem so out of place whenever she does these things? Or did you not notice it at all?
I think she was supposed to be more, I don't know if I want to say sophisticated, but she was supposed to be. It's also, everybody else is supposed to be like British or Scottish or whatever the heck they're supposed to be, and she's not.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's that.
She's from North America somewhere.
But I think she was supposed to be, her character was supposed to be not as juvenile, maybe, as some of the other ones.
But she comes, like, that's the whole thing. She's the, you know, the political minded character of the film, and you get that, and, you know, it's all nice, but she's naive in her thinkings, which comes across, but at the same time, then she says some, like, she'll say stuff that's just like very, the words don't fit in with, you know, the age group, and then right after that she'll say something that's very teenager-like, and it's just like, okay, that worked, and it seemed like it was your real voice, but for some reason it was like, I don't know, she had a very deep voice. I don't know if this was something that they decided to do, like, maybe if I do my voice deeper, it'll come across, right? I don't know, but it just, in her singing, I don't know, it just seems so weird. Like, the voice that was coming out of it did not seem like the character that was in the film. Whereas everybody else...
It didn't sound like her real voice.
No.
She was there.
Right? So, yeah. I wonder if any of the songs, you know, were they sung by the actual actors? That's a question what somebody should have asked. So, were you guys really singing, or were you just lip syncing? Because, yeah, there's some really good singing going on. Which, I mean, if you're casting for a musical, you would hope to pick really good singers, but I'm like, wow, some of these people have some good voices. So, yeah, there you go. Anna and the Apocalypse. Actually getting a major theatrical release. Possibly getting a stage show.
See, that could be really good.
You know, I think it would translate well to stage.
You know, just do the main parts. Don't drag it out. It would be good on the stage because you got all the action right in front of you. That would be good. I'd probably see that.
Should go to see that musical.
Well, that's different because it's on the stage. I like going to the theater.
It's okay if you sing on the stage, but not on my television.
No.
Anyways, more Toronto After Dark and 31 Days of Horror to come. Keep watching. Thanks for watching our videos. My videos. Show her my
If
videos.
I'm in them, they're half mine.
Till next video, take care. Have a good one.